Hey everyone, this is Tech Sergeant Mackey, starting a video for my return hike. See, I had to kind of lighten my gear up. There, it was a little too heated up, especially going up that staircase at Friends of Conneaut Creek Park. That is a beautiful place too. And at the end of the trail at State Road Covered Bridge, so I ditched the carbine. I do got my flashlight, 10 mil handgun, and a 9 mil, both loaded with buffalo bore bear rounds. I also have pepper spray and a knife. I do like to make it when I go into the woods that I'm the most dangerous thing in the woods. Again, my experience walking through the woods around here, I have run into a lot of what you'd say is dangerous predators, but the most dangerous thing I found that are in the woods are other people. But you prepare for everything. You prepare for the worst, hope for the best. And if you have it and don't need it, you have no problem. But if you need it and don't have it, you have yourself a problem. So, never be afraid to take extra time to prep and plan, even if you end up not needing it. That's most of my military life. Was we prepared, we practiced. There's many of the things we ended up using and ended up having to do in combat, but many of the things that we didn't have to as well. But it was good that we were prepared too. I've always been that person who planned for extra things, planned for things to go wrong. And it's funny because when we were overseas and we were in the combat zone and things went wrong, a lot of times it was other people coming to me because I had extra, because I planned for the worst. So, we had that one story in particular coming back from my last tour in Afghanistan in 2019. I packed extra clothes, had my bag stuffed full, and I had to carry it. I have to go around here. But I grabbed quite a bit of extra stuff. And I remember some of the guys with me saying, "What are you doing? You're not going to need that. It's extra weight." Well, then we had to take Omni. It was what the military DOD used the contract with to transport troops. They're called camper flights. If you're ever looking for those on Skyglass, you see camper flight. That means it has troops on it. The pilots were just using us as a tool for their contract negotiation. And at each stop along the way, the pilots would walk off and we would get stuck. And so what was supposed to be a 2-day trip home turned into a 5-day trip. And at each stop along the way, that we stayed there an obnoxiously long period of time. And I had clothes to last me all the way through to the end because I prepared for the worst. Well, everyone said, well, it's 2 days. It's 2 days to get home. And I said, well, good. Hopefully, I won't need all this stuff. But I ended up needing it. And a lot of the guys I was with had to go on some of the places we were at and stops. Had to go buy more clothes because it sucks being in dirty clothes for day after day. Especially the places we were hot, obnoxiously hot. Even when we got to Germany, there was record-breaking heat, and it was almost like 100 degrees in Germany, Ramstein. So we got stuck there too. Because I prepared, it was never an issue. And I had figured out the pattern before a lot of other people did. When I tried telling my commanding officer and my ranking NCO, they got really mad at me for that. Because somehow I knew what was going on and they didn't. And they told me it was rumor, it was myth, but it turned out to be 100% correct. I got a strong smell of a campfire down here, and I still can't figure out where it's coming from, but it is so strong that they have got to be close. But I don't see anyone. I am not seeing them. So I'm not sure where they're at. I can't see a fire, or can I smell it? And I've been through every spot down here, so I don't know where there would be that you could have a campfire where I couldn't see or hear people. But I tell you, can't find them. Not really that I want to find them. It's just that it's a little concerning to me that I can smell, I know they're there somewhere, but I can't figure out where. Because again, you always hope that someone's friendly, but you prepare for them not to be. So, did have the beautiful enough weather to be able to go through and do these hikes today. Yesterday was rainy and I had other plans, so I really couldn't do the hike like I really hoped to do. And I'm hoping that I'm able to get a group of guys here that we're going to be able to do some night hikes, even into the winter time, bad weather, whatever, that we're out hiking. And that's what I'm looking to get into. Okay, hopefully I can. Okay, I'm gonna go over along the riverbed, and I have to kind of tight walk between where the four-wheelers have definitely dug up bad. So, I know I keep pulling it down and it goes away from my face. It is, you call steelhead time. It's basically a rainbow trout. They're still pretty heavy in the Conneaut Creek. There's still a lot of people out fishing, but I don't see any in the water. Some of the times there's so many of them in here, you can see them, and that's what, especially this time for just prior to hibernation. This is where the bear like to come down along the creek and try to catch the fish. So that's why you have to be on the lookout for them. Again, the black bear around here, I've had reports I've gotten from Conneaut police officers of bear that when they're standing up, they're over 6 feet tall, that's a big bear, and well over 300 pounds. I'm 6'1" and about 200 pounds. Again, if you have a run-in with a black bear, you need to make yourself look as big as possible. Noisy, because you don't want to surprise them. You definitely want them to know you're coming, because a lot of times when they hear humans, they beat feet out of here. So, just switch hands there. Again, so my hikes, I started doing these here in the springtime. Definitely as my body got healthier, say I'm a 100% disabled vet. I got to deal with a lot of injuries. But as my body has gotten healthier, I've been able to get out and do more. And take advantage of that. There's some of the problems they're never going to be fixed. It's just I have to manage them and keep them from getting worse. And exercise is a big part of that. You know, one of the things like when you hear me start to wheeze or start to breathe heavy, that's because from all of the stuff I breathed in Afghanistan, Iraq, Kuwait, and South America, and the stuff I worked with, I have asthma and chronic sinus issues from that stuff. And so you'll see my breathing a lot of times affected. I also, in Afghanistan, damaged 7 vertebrae on my back. So that takes a lot of effort to keep that maintained. When they did the scan on my back, they said, not only that, they said there's arthritis top to bottom on the back. And I tore a rotator cuff in the right arm. And it's healed up, but it has arthritis now, yay. And it just doesn't move the same as it used to prior to being injured. Those are just a few of the issues. There's just a lot of them with breathing. And so a lot of times when I really shouldn't be breathing heavy, all of a sudden I'm breathing heavy. So that's what these hikes, I get to go at my pace. And I don't need to rush or hurry for anybody. At times all in the past, I'm not retired. I did 20 years and 7 months in the United States Air Force as an ammo troop. It was 6 years as security force and 14 years and 7 months as an ammo troop. So, thankfully, one of the things that hasn't gone wrong with me is my hearing, especially because they gave us, the hearing protection they gave us was faulty, but I never used theirs. I never trusted them. And that's one of the things I was taught that real quick about the government, is don't trust the government. And I didn't trust them, and I would buy my own, and always brought my own hearing protection. And I have my hearing, and several of the guys I served with don't. So, Air Force, that's big, having your hearing. So, and I mean, that really takes, you talk about taking the fun out of life. Lose sound and sight go, your quality of life diminishes them greatly. So I know they had a big settlement for their hearing, and some veterans are hooraying that they got cash. But you know what? I'd rather have my hearing than that cash. And thankfully, because I didn't trust the government, I have my hearing. So, wouldn't have made much of a difference for my disability rating anyway. So, I fortunately don't have to deal with the hearing loss. All right, made it out to the road. Gonna head across State Road Covered Bridge and back to the car. Get my hand out of the way here. We're in the covered bridge. I gotta turn up here. See, I love these covered bridges. These are cool. Maybe even a little creepy, especially around this time. So that's what you hear me with the breathing right now. That's probably a little bit of the asthma trying to kick in. Have my inhalers, one of the things was all of a sudden all kinds of things I started being allergic to for some reason. It was what the stuff they exposed me to. And now the list is quicker to say what I'm not allergic to. So, but one of the things I found out that I was allergic to after finding out I had asthma was the stuff in the inhaler. So I'd not be able to breathe. I'd hit the inhaler and my body would go haywire and I'd end up in the emergency room from hitting the inhaler until they figured out, hey, wait a minute, you're allergic to that. All right, made it back to my car. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for taking a walk with me. God bless you. Remember, enjoy this life, enjoy this country while you can. There's a lot of beauty in this place, and you have to get out and enjoy it and appreciate it while you can. Again, thank you very much. I appreciate you very much. God bless you. Have a wonderful evening.